Welcome back to my tutorial on how to make a mod pack for Minecraft, part 3. Now, so it's been a few days since part 2, but I've been busy, as I've been saying lately. Now, I've done those IDs I left you with, and as you can see, it's all booted up. All sorted out. So, we'll quit there. As you can see, it is the one I was doing, so it always goes back to the default mod pack. So that's fixed. Now, I think you've got enough knowledge now to install mods from me and how to fix IDs, because everything I have done in the last 2 videos is all I know. If there's any more I learn, I'll let you know. So the next stage is configurations. So you click on your mod pack, click on config folder, maximize the screen. Now, 2 seconds, I've got to put my glasses on, can't see. Okay, now, okay, for example, yeah. When you've installed this many mods, you have ores. Obviously, like, one mod will add copper, another mod will add copper, another mod will add copper, another mod will add copper. And they'll all generate, and you'll find multiple coppers. Now, obviously, that's a bit OP, or a bit cheating, whatever way you want to see it. I see it's downright cheating, having lots of different copper ores the same. So what you do is, for example, you go into IC2, and you go edit. As we all know, thermal expansion adds copper 2, and if you didn't know, well, you do now. So that's in COF2, cause whatever that says, because COF is his core file, which you must have to run his mod, like Portal Gun, these iChunk utilities. So we go into here, we go into the core one, right? No, wait a second. This is done differently than what I'm used to, and it gets me every time. Yeah, you go into COF World Gen for this one. Now, let's have a look. Let's go in here, go search, find COPPER. Okay, there's his copper. As you can see, I've got it enabled true. Okay. Now, obviously, we don't want them both generating copper. Well, you might do, and that's up to you. They go copper. Retrogen. Now, retrogen. That's not the sensor. Yeah, retrogen. What that is, if you've got an old save game and you've quit and you've then added thermal expansion. Now, none of the thermal expansion ore is generating in your world. Well, if you have retrogen turned on, yes, it will. If you turn it off, no, it won't. Okay. It's not the right folder, sorry. They say I'm used to this as the one file. There's one main file, it alters a lot with COF core. Thermal expansion, I should say. Fluids, flora, wheels, custom gen, that must be it. Menu. Whoops a daisy. Plugins, tweaks. Here we go. It's in thermalexpansion.core.cfg. This is stands for configuration. See, now here we've got copper true. Now we don't want that, so just delete that and type in fault. Now save that. Unless you want this one, the copper generated, type true. If you want IC2, then obviously you have that on false. You want that, and so on and so on. But, okay, now, you might be thinking to yourself, but how would I know which one I want to generate the copper with? Or the tin, or whatever ore you're doing? Well, how I see it is like, IC2, copper, I do believe it's higher up, and it's easier to find than thermal expansion. So because of that, I prefer that, because IC2 itself uses a lot of copper. But if you disagree with that and you want it lower rate, then choose this one. So basically it's a bit of research to find out what one you prefer the way it generates. Okay, now you can go round and do that to any of the other mods too that add resources like that, like example forestry, base, edit with notepad, and down here, it's not base, okay, fair enough. I never remember exactly which file it is in some of these. You know I said. Made a mistake, here we go. So you've got appetite here, beehives, you want it, copper, so you've got copper again, so we type in faults. Be a good idea if I save these changes. Oh, you have to. Now, that one's not changing, doing it, and neither is that one doing it. So then when you've done that, and then whatever ores you want to do, let's just close these, then you close them down. We'll leave that open, no, close that down. Now, what other mod adds copper you think, what other mod adds tin, and you go through it. What I would do personally is I go through every single one. Back in there, do that, in that. I go through every single mod, just in case it does something I don't know. I go through and check every single blinking word, and I scroll down very slowly. That's personally how I do it. But if you know exactly what ones do what, then good for you. You can do it a lot easier. Now, that's that. There's some more IDs too for that. I get back to that. Now that's your coppers. Now, let's go back to IC2 because that's a great example because the file was so simple. Now, observer. It's like 2, you can like change your enable rubber tree generation, or it's all linear, uranium, tin, da da da. How much energy output you can increase those to the highest energy field, you know. I don't like playing it with myself. Explosion power. I would not change that. If you do change that, be very careful. You have that too high, you are going to crash your computer. Guaranteed. I know what I do actually, let's not use that one. I've got a better one, so Software's still a bit derpy and it's not used to doing it online. Well, online recording I should say. We're going to thermal expansion. Now thermal expansion is great for ore generation because down here we go, look at it. It's here somewhere, there it is. They changed it. Okay, they've changed it. Oh, it don't matter. Ignore I just said that. But in here now, look. Yeah, this is it. This is it. I'm silly. See, you can change how big of cluster size dirt generates. Like a cluster, just in case you don't know. Like if you get, I don't know, a bag of marbles, and you drop it on the floor, and it hits the floor, and they go flying everywhere. How far they go out is a cluster, like a cluster grenade. Okay, so 32 is like a area radius of 32. Now obviously it's not 32 blocks. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I go by here. Like, minimum size is 32. So you can change that so your world generates, generates when the world generates. Do it's a bit different. Change your maximum height, do the same with gravel. Now, this is where it gets interesting and how some mod packs, like for example, what's that mod pack called? I forgot. Let's just check a minute. Yeah, like the Big Dig. It has lots of ore in it. And I mean a lot because they changed these. And Thermal Expansion is ideal for it because it's got, well, all the vanillas and a lot of mod ones. So like you can change the cluster size. What I do is I change it to save the file, and I will minimize it and dig into the ground and find it. So you've got your cluster size is 16. Now your Y is up and down. So the maximum height it can do is a level of 128. Now you could be silly and put 200 in there, or whatever the maximum world height is. A minimum of 0. Now you could restrict it, so it only generates it from Y level 100 to Y level 128. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you could. It's coal, so it should be like that. That seems a bit extra TTT height to me. I don't think in real life you can go on top of Mount Everest and find coal up there, but I could be wrong. And we're on the cluster size again. Retro gem, not that is. So you can do the same with iron, your gold, your redstone, diamond. I'll use diamond as an example, like, if I... Yeah, I know what I'd do for an example, make it easier for myself, because then I know what's what. If I go back into my instance, I go into Mad World, into here, into here, into here, yeah, Cough World Generation, okay. Go into here. Now remember, this is, I know what we'll do, won't save this. There you go. Just you don't get confused now. No, that's silly. Why get confused? I've got to scroll down, being silly now. If we go down here, look. As you can see, it's 20,213. And it's normally 7. It's way too high, I've got to fix it. But I'll discuss that mod pack when it's better and I do a let's play with it. But that's the future. I've just done that so I know numbers that are pretty good. So we've saved that. Obviously this shouldn't, I don't want to keep that like that, but it doesn't really matter. It's only for this tutorial and it's just to show you something. Now, we'll boot up the mod pack. It'll then you'll be able to see the effect it has on it. So you know it does work. Okay. Otherwise, we'll have to come in at 2 and there'll be a lot of lag in the process. So back a second. Okay, I'm back again, guys. So I'm not back in the game, but I made a mistake and I went in there and found out that it doesn't work, what I told you. Whoops. So I'll tell you what I've done wrong, so you can fix yours. So that, go back in here, go into your Cuff Core, go into World. You still only want to change that, but in here, there's a setting that tells the computer, I can load this file. If you don't do it, it won't load that file, so obviously it will know all my settings. So go back in here. This allows the vanilla ore generation to be replaced. Configured in the world.vanilla selection of the conf world line generation.config. And what's the name of the file? Conf world line generation.config. And it's on false. So you stick that on true. Save that. Close that. Boot up the mod pack. I'll see you guys in the game, and then we'll have loads of diamonds. Okay, here we are back in game. Let's get this going. Okay. Now we show diamonds from level 0, which is obviously bedrock, which you can't get on that, but there we go. The 0 bedrock, that is. To level 200. I know it says in the configuration you maximum is like 13, 15 or whatever. Well, it's wrong. I don't know why it says that, but I want to say it's wrong. I could be wrong. I'm no professional, but why level 15 is obviously 20 or whatever it is. I know for a fact that I put 200. I have seen ore generation really up here, high up there, so I know it does work. So no, it's not much. So don't know what. But there we go. Now let me see. Let's find a mountain, which you can see right in front of me. Hopefully I get a bit of luck. It's supposed to be dirt everywhere. Stuff doesn't degenerate in dirt, does it? What's that? Oops. Never find these things when you want them. Play the game, I can't stop running into it with my other world. My bad word in his log, sorting out things a bit too high. Okay, I'll be back in a second, guys, when I've found some more. So about all the cuts. Now we're back end. 1, 2, 3. Bang! Diamonds! 2 minutes later. And I didn't spawn this in, as you see. How many have we got here? Let's carefully dig around this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's more. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Look at that. It's really, I didn't spawn that in. Let's just go up a minute. I'd like to one actually show you so you can see it. But I just I'm having difficulty finding it. Look a little bit over here. But looks like you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Diamond. And come on, diamond. Come on, diamond. Please, diamond. But yeah, that's how you choose what ore, choose ore you want and what level you want it on. I mean, yeah, well, that's how you change your generation, which is all cool. Now, there's events notes, so let's get over here. Let's delete that. Now, you go back into config. Well, 2 minutes. Go back into Cough Core. Now, I will say before I do this, I am not 100% on exactly how this works. Okay. As you can see, here's all the vanilla ones that can be ordered. Okay. And there's the diamond when you ordered. Well, that, but still. And then like now we've got a thermal expansion here. Now, can I like say I don't know about this. You'd have to play around with this. I've got to play around with myself. if I get, say, this and copy this, I'm not going to do it, because I can't get it to work. I copy that, and I paste it down here, make sure it's closed and all like it is, and it's got the bits in between each one, like here at the end you've got to have that. So you put it in here, so that's up there, and make sure you've got your spacing. No. Yeah, have that there, have it in the air. Then you'd have to have it like that under there, and then have the next one. So you'd paste that in there. What happened there? So guys, say for example, we'll grab this, it's just an example. Let's copy that. Place that in there. Remember I can't get this to work. So I'm doing things wrong. This is just an idea and I just thought I'd share this with you. So we'll get line that all up like it's supposed to be. As you can see above. Then it makes any difference, and I do believe stars are commented out, so it's just writing, but still. See now, I can't see why you can't. Say, I don't know, change this to, I don't know. Mine's gone blank. A name of a mod. That's got, yeah, there we go. We'll say, I don't know, IC2. It's a bit of a silly one because you can change it in IC2. I can't change the cluster size though. As if you were using IC2 copper and not thermal expansion. It'd be easier to enable thermal expansion copper and disable IC2 because you can change it like there. But still, if you like me, you like IC2 and you want to change it, let's type in IC2 there, say now. This thermal expansion, it says here now. Go and conf core thermal expansion.config. Now I can't see why not. IC2.config. So wouldn't this be named IC2? Then say, I don't know, say copper, then you choose your details. I turn that off because it's a IC2, or I don't know if IC2 does Retrogen, I don't think it does. And then you can change it, I don't know. Haven't got a clue, but I'll let you guys, don't know what that is either. I'll let you guys, how ball thing is. I'll let you guys play around with that. That's something I'm not going to go through in this tutorial, I just thought I'd point it out. Just an idea of mine. So go back in config files now. Just checking the time, guys. Okay, now go back in conf core again. I like playing with conf core. Now in here I've noticed that there's a mod called Flat Bedrock, which basically makes your bedrock flat. Instead of having like lumps everywhere and holes and the ores, and then you can't get to it properly and stuff, and you lose diamond, it's just annoying. And if you agree with me, you think that's annoying, this will flatten the bedrock layer. False. So let's change that to true. There you go. Now you don't need the other mod. Now you've got less conflictions if it does conflict, and it's less for your load order. Oh, I say order, I don't know if it loads in order, so that's just my way of putting it because I do Skyrim. But still, number of layers of bedrock to flatten, maximum 5. I'd leave it like it is. That's up to you if you play with that. We've gone through that. Flat barcode is enabled. This will enforce its previous generation chunks. So if you put that on true, say you load up a new world, old world, and you run off to a newly generated area, it will have flat bedrock. You go back to your base, under your base, down on bedrock, it won't be flat. But if you put that in enable, it will. But I don't know 100% this, but I've heard that retrogening areas can cause crashes and problems. So, up to you if you do it again. Just thought I'd point these things out. And the same here for retrogen, but for all. So yeah. Now this tutorial is coming in the end for everything because I've run out of things to tell you guys. My knowledge is nearly beyond the limit. Let's think about this for a second. What haven't I mentioned that I have learned? Oh yes, yes. There's another thing. Back in the previous video, like when I said like, you get this here, okay? Now when I to the document here, it's got information I was doing, but let's just get rid of that. Okay. Now, just because, as I said before in the previous, because the world loads, you get in the world, you can play, and it's all cool. Well, it's like you download a ModPack from a launch. I'm not going to pick a tick on no one's ModPack because they do a really good job, and this stuff isn't easy. And it's lagging, and you think, why is it lagging? What's going on? There is an ID confliction still. Not all ID conflictions will crash the game. Like for example, you can install a mod that adds loads of flowers, but when you break the flower, you don't get, say, I don't know, a bluebell. You get a dirt block, not a dirt conflict with that. An IC2 machine, a master. Oh, that's not right. What that is in your ID configurations, the bluebell ID is the same ID as your IC2 masterator. Now, what I'd do is to make sure you've got none of this, to the best of my knowledge, there's probably other ways, and there's probably there is other things that will be problems, but I haven't figured that out yet. You go in here, hold down control, no, let's not do that. Right click, select all, right click, copy. Close the game. 2 seconds, guys. The recording's humming. I don't know why. Back in a tick. Okay, that's the humming gone. Does it sometimes? Because it's cheap software. I don't know. Okay, now. Oh yeah, we've done that now. Let's bring up this and paste that into there now. This is a very strange thing. This now. If you go in here, something new I figured out too. Now, if I type in conflict, but I spell it right. I type in conflict, okay, and I click on the make sure it goes from the top. I push next. Blah blah blah. The following two are normal, so you ignore that. It's mod office stuff, he needs to sort that out himself. Now look, you can feel, oh, there's no conflictions. Wrong. Go back to your top. This I never knew, and I thought I was confused why things were going wrong. Delete that. Put caps lock on. Type it in again. Now push next, and you got conflictions. Don't know why, but there we go. Now, what you do is you go in here. Conflict 2000 ID has already occurred with Ars Magica 2. Okay, now, and there's something else I've learned too. Ars Magica 2. Edit. Now you go in here now. Skipping all this business, blah 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 blah. Wait, no, actually it's not true. That 2000 now, that, as far as I know, I could be wrong. That belongs to Ars Magica 2. Now you go down to the next line. It's over an existing item, Ars Magica 2 with player beacon. Now this ID is for player beacon. So let's change Ars Magica 2 because I've loaded up. I meant to point this out too again. Like, if you're doing IC2, you've got a previous world, and you've added a mod, and you've got this problem, and it's conflicting with IC2, do not change IC2. Your world will crash. Okay? So change your other mod. But, if you change your player ID to, say, I don't know, an Ars Magica to, I don't know, the Keystone will disappear. So be warned of that. You're gonna have to spawn it back in, but you earned it in the first place, so you're not cheating. But there isn't a video about what's cheating and what's not. So let's copy that ID, paste in there. Now this is how I do this. Go find next. Right, so it's the all ID, not good. Now, as you can remember, back in there a while ago, I made these dump files in game. Something I don't do, I don't update it enough, which I should. This is why I cut and paste a number and save the file. So even if I don't update it, I'm updating it this way. Enhance all these blank gaps. Let's get rid of that. Now, check in here, what's at the top. And sometimes it says all IDs have to be under 256. It means anything in this category. So a category is like from this starry bit down to here. The next starry bit is another category. So let's go into the item, cut that, paste that in there, save that. Okay, delete that so we know it's done. So grab that one, click that, go in there, find next, item ID, grab that, cut, paste that, save that, cut that. You should see it's very simple process. Oh, just don't get confused, don't listen to the music or nothing, and take your time. I'm quite quick at it because I've done this like about 6,000 times. I'm not even joking. Save that. Now, that's done. So what I do is, just to keep so I don't find the same thing and keep my head nice and clear from it so I don't get confused, I save that. Oh, let's just save that. And that's all saved. Okay. Now we go back in here, back to the capital one, push and push find, and then there's more, and then there's more. You need to go through and clear them all. I'm not going to do that. I'll do that offline. I'll do that before the next video. So that's that, and I'll be back in a second, guys. Just need to check something. Well, I've got to go, guys. Now, as you can see, the video is up to 32 minutes, so I must go. And I'll go offline and I'll fix those IDs that we've got here. And then when we've done that, I'll show you what the next stage is of finding more problems that might be in the mod pack. I'll see you for now. Bye.